Okay, so thank you very much. So it's great to be back with you guys again. Raise your hand if you have heard the expression, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. All right, hands going up, hands going up. I'd like to get your thoughts about what you think that means.
Like, you don't say that you're beautiful if you're not, like, you let somebody else, like, say you don't, like, keep saying to other people that you're beautiful and bragging on you.
Okay, any other thoughts? Yes, ma'am. Okay, okay, okay. Yes, sir. I think that's probably the closest. I think everything that you guys said is connected to it. I think that the last comment really gets us real close to that meaning. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Now, to behold is simply to look at something, to observe it, to be affected by it, to see it, right? So a beholder is the person or the thing that is looking at something. I am beholding the class right now. So when we say that beauty, thank you. When we say that beauty is in the eye of the beholder, we are saying that beauty is a very subjective thing. It is a matter of opinion. What one person considers to be beautiful might be totally different than what someone else considers beautiful. Because each of us sees things in our own way. So, the great William Shakespeare, who you'll be reading about, I'm not sure if you'll get much on him in 6th, but certainly in 7th, when you're studying the Renaissance, the medieval period in Europe, you're going to hear about Shakespeare. And Shakespeare, of course, was our great English writer, poet, playwright, essayist, and he's responsible for so much of the wonderful literature that we enjoy in the English language. Shakespeare wrote a wonderful poem which has a kind of basic name, Sonnet 130. But Sonnet 130 talks about beauty, and it talks about what this person perceives as beauty, and how what he thinks is beautiful, somebody else might not. A sonnet is a poem generally about love. And a lot of the poets have written them. Shakespeare wrote a whole bunch of them. This is the 130th sonnet written by William Shakespeare. In Sonnet 130, Shakespeare is basically saying, the lady who I'm in love with might not be who others think is beautiful, but she is everything in the world to me. And he's actually a little bit sarcastic or playful in the way he talks about her looks. But listen, pay attention particularly to how he ends his tribute to her. So, Shakespeare, Sonnet 130. My mistress's eyes are nothing like the sun. Coral is far more red. Let me start again. This is William Shakespeare, Sonnet 130. My mistress's eyes are nothing like the sun. Coral is far more red than her lips is red. If snow be white, then her breasts are dun. If hairs be wires, then black wires grow from her head. I have seen roses damasked, red and white, but no such roses see I in her cheeks. And in some perfume there is much more delight than in the breath that from my mistress reeks. I love to hear her speak, yet well I know that music hath a far more pleasing sound. I grant I never saw a goddess go. My mistress, when she walks, treads on the ground. And yet, by heaven, I think my love, as rare as any she belied, with false compare. Now, he's going through and talking about all of her different physical attributes. He says that her eyes, no, they're not bright and radiant like the sun. And no, her lips are not bright and red. Coral that you would find in the sea is more bright and red than my mistress's lips. He says that the color of her skin is dun. Dun is kind of a dull, gray, lifeless, kind of like beige or something. So he's like, no, she doesn't have beautiful pale skin. She's got this kind of dull, grayish looking complexion. Is her hair beautiful? No, it's more like it's wiry and it's not that. No, it's not. She doesn't have a flushed, beautiful, rosy kind of tint in her cheeks. So he's saying, no, she isn't all these things that poets and people may rave about, but she's everything to me. I consider her to be as rare, as wonderful, as beautiful, as amazing as anyone else to whom she might be compared. So beauty is in the eye of the beholder. He's basically saying, I don't care what you think, that's my woman, she's beautiful to me, and I love her, and that's all that matters. So just a little something to keep with you.